If episode 1 was the appetizer, then episode 2 is 100% the entree. What's good, y'all? It's your guest, it's Erica Vane, coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another Harlem video. And in this one, we are exploring season 3, episode number 2. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn your bell notifications so you don't miss out on any of my Harlem content and conversations. And at any given point, feel free to drop down in the comment section and let me know what you thought about the episode, what you think about the points that I'm going to bring up from the episode, and more. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. Episode 1 was cool, but this episode really got to business as it pertains to pushing the story forward, not just for Camille, our mean girl, but for pretty much all of the women. I love the place of like exploration, discovery, and finding stable ground in confidence that a lot of the women are currently experiencing in their various experiences. So we're going to start with Camille because her story took from front and center in this episode, right? We find out at the end of episode 1 that she is in fact pregnant, and she is pregnant by Ian. She has only been sleeping with Ian and doing a lot of sleeping with Ian. And throughout the episode, she is battling her thoughts. She's battling some shame. She's battling some insecurities. She's battling some forms of imposter syndrome, I believe, by way of understanding the complicated relationship that she has with her mom and some of the ways in which her mom has let her down as a mother that she thinks could pop up with her, right? And it's not until she goes over to tell Ian about her decision to actually go through with an abortion that Ian's aunt talks to her and really provides additional clarity and reassurance that she is not her mother. She doesn't have to be her mother, and she's 100% within her power to break the pattern that her mom may have started. And this, I believe, is a turning point for her mentally in her decision to decide to keep the baby. It's very interesting to me because when we saw them break up in season 2, yes, Camille had received news that she probably would not be able to have children, but that wasn't a thing that I felt like was a pervasive thought for her in reference to not wanting to have children. So when we get to the end of last season and they are breaking up because Camille don't want to have children, I did feel like that was a knee-jerk reaction to try to curb the universal rejection. And I just made it up, but that's what it kind of like feels like to me, right? Like the universe is telling you, oh, you're not gonna be able to have a baby, so instead of you sitting with maybe the pain or the frustration that comes from that, she decides, well, I don't want to have a kid. And then you go and you blow up your whole life after you already have gone through so many ups and downs to even get to this calm, cool place, specifically with yourself and then your relationship, because so much of your identity was tied to that, right? And it just, I got it, but then it didn't make sense. Like if she really, the only way I got it right is if she really didn't want to have kids, cool, I understand making this decision because he does want to have kids and you don't want to hold the person that you love back, and you want them to experience all that they can experience, all that they want to experience in this life, right? We only get one of them, and you do not want to be the reason why they're not able to have the full life experience that they want. But again, it never really felt like that was a definitive decision for Camille, and that was something that was like in her heart or on her spirit for quite a while. So that to me made no sense. So then when we get into season 3, and they still hunching on each other because they have amazing romantic chemistry and they love each other at the end of the day, I'm just like, so y'all should just still be together and like, I guess figuring it out. Like Camille, you should be processing whatever grief that comes from the potential of you not being able to have kids. Maybe y'all should be going through the steps of trying to harvest some of her eggs and do surrogacy and all of that. Like just giving yourself options, all of the things that Ian says is over here doing with Portia that we don't actually know about, and we find out at the end of the episode. Like, Ian, you've been back with this, you've been dating this girl for 2 months, bro. 2 months, and y'all's asses is already down at the damn OBGYN. You already got embryos. Ian, please. And I really do enjoy Ian as a character, but men stress me out so bad because I don't understand how y'all think. I mean, I want to understand. I feel like maybe I do understand, but I hate it. But then I want to say I don't understand because I hate the way that y'all think. Like, Ian to me is presenting in this moment, right? He's presenting like the man who has the checklist, and I can't stand these niggas. Like, I cannot stand the man who was like on a time crunch. Like, he got his list of things that he want to do. Don't get me wrong, have a plan for your life, have some ambitions, have some goals, some things that you want to do. But when I tell you, one of the things that chaps my ass the most is the man that is running through life. And I'm saying running because I do mean running. And he is trying to hit certain benchmarks at certain times versus feeling things out and going with what is aligned with him in the moment and allowing his lived experience to also shape how he continues to experience life and how things pop up for him. So you mean to tell me that you want to have a damn baby and your childhood friend pops up and she's getting older and she wants to have a baby too, so you just decide to give over sperm and create embryos? Meanwhile, ain't a ring in sight. I don't want to basically on their little relationship, but it feels like Portia is around at the right time. It doesn't feel like she is necessarily the right girl. And I hate that men do this. I hate that men are just so focused on accomplishing the thing sometimes. And this isn't all men, but the men who decide to operate this way and have this mindset, I'm talking about y'all. Sometimes they are so focused on the goal that they miss all of the minutia, all of the details, all of the nuance around it. And then you wind up getting the thing, but in the worst circumstances. And then you can't even really enjoy the thing. And in this case, the thing is babies. So now you have these embryos with this girl, but you also have the one woman that you really wanted to impregnate pregnant. So what you gonna tell her? You ready to destroy these embryos? No, because you told Camille that you can't just walk away from her because this is a real thing. And I feel like he's digging his heels in. When Camille and Ian had that conversation, right? I feel like he's digging his heels in because he was hurt. He is still hurt. Every single time that Camille walks away from him, this man is hurt. And I thought that them reconnecting after the failed engagement and marriage to Mira and them making their way back to each other last season, I thought that they had got to a better place of understanding in reference to how each other operates within their personhood. So I kind of was hoping that in them, quote unquote, making this mutual decision, right? Y'all make this mutual decision to go your separate ways because you want different things as it pertains to children. I was hoping that he wasn't going to take it as hard and be as hurt as we saw him be when she decided not to follow him to France. But it feels like we're right back into that same place. And I get the feelings of rejection. I'm not saying that Ian can't have his feelings. Like, he makes a point in this episode, like, I'm entitled to my feelings. Yes, you are, sir. But the same way that you are entitled to said feelings, then that means you now have the responsibility to process said feelings and move maturely and understand that feelings are not facts. And you need to discern what is the fact of the matter. The fact of the matter is you and Camille love each other. The fact of the matter is you and Camille probably belong together. The fact of the matter is you and Camille are so hell-bent on trying to be your best selves, trying to be the fullest expression of yourselves, but then also trying not to consistently hurt each other while not wanting to be apart. And now we are seeing the manifestation of what that looks like when you're not really as open and honest as you possibly could be, because you also equate some, I think, in some ways, the open honesty to subjecting that person to hurt. Because Ian, why in the hell couldn't you tell her that you was moving forward in an exclusive relationship with Portia? Yeah. The evasiveness? Yeah. Now, part of it, I feel like, yes, is maybe because you didn't want to hurt her. You don't want to disappoint Camille because you still deeply love her. And then another part of it is the way that it played out is like you kind of want her to feel bad, or you want to know that she hurts as much as you hurt as it pertains to the loss of y'all's particular bond. But that's a whole other conversation for a whole other day. Camille, you wanted to have safe sex with Ian, or that's what you put the disguise on the whole situation as. But ultimately, you wanted to still be with Ian without feeling the pressure of being committed to him in a way that you possibly could not fulfill by way of like the kids. So again, she was running from potential rejection and feelings of lack in ability, right? But then also like talk to him about that. Like she didn't even, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and watch season 2, y'all, because I feel like she didn't even give Ian a chance to process her medical diagnosis with her and make the decision to stay regardless, right? She's just like, I don't want to have kids. And it's like, girl, that ain't true. Because look at us now. We exited episode 2 in season 3 and your ass is about to have a kid. You're going to keep your miracle baby. Now look. Ian and Camille's relationship in this episode just, I think it was so beautifully displayed. The complex nature to them. I think that Tyler and Meagan have really, really great chemistry, and I enjoy watching them on screen in this episode. I'm so sad that this season is the final season, because I really could stand to watch Camille and Ian navigate life for at least 2 or 3 more seasons. At least 2. Moving on. Quinn came through with the suit for old boy, because she ain't one of them. She Quinn motherfucking Joseph. I already told y'all how I felt about Quinn in my episode 1 breakdown. I'm liking her, but I'm also hedging my bets, and I'm coming in very slowly. I'm like, hey, how y'all doing? That's how I am, because I don't know, Quinn will switch it up real quick and do some shit that make you disappointed, and I don't feel like being disappointed right now. Actually, y'all, I thought we got more from all the girls in this episode, but this episode was really, really focused on Camille. So aside from Quinn's like quips and little smart, witty remarks and confidence, we don't really get much from her. We do need to note, though, she is team Camille keep the baby, and Ian and Camille circle the block again, but she's always been that. So boom. Ty divulges to the girls about her run-in with her investor and all of that jazz, and how she don't want to mix it up. So we don't really get more as it pertains to their relationship, but they're going to be exploring. And then the other person, Angie, we do get a little bit more from, because she, got the role in Girls Trip the musical, and she's rehearsing when Michael decides to come in and talk about something. Yeah, we trying to catch up to Camille, and she's like, huh? What? You're like, yeah, well, we pregnant. When is that? Angie, I love you, girl. I want you to live a soft life, but it's already, the writing's on the wall that you don't want to marry this man. You don't want to have babies with this man. You like the idea of love. You like the idea of being desired and pursued and taken care of, but I don't think that Michael is it. And I don't know, like, it's nothing overtly happening, y'all. It's nothing overtly happening in their scenes. They actually have really decent chemistry, and it's just like, okay, y'all, get a room, goddamn. But something in my spirit is telling me that she don't want to marry this man. I don't know. Am I reading into it? Y'all gotta tell me in the comment section down below. But back to Camille, because I forgot. Her mama. Child, the mama. I can understand not wanting to be your mom or become your mom, or feeling like you are ill-equipped for life or certain things within life because you didn't get tutelage or rearing in that regard from your parents. However, similar to what Auntie said, we do not have to repeat our parents' mistakes, and we are not actually our parents. In a way that Camille's little disassociated flighty ass mama in that phone call pissed me off, and then immediately I said, no, I'm gonna release it, because Camille is completely nothing like this. Like, even how she moves as a professor, like, yes, Camille gives airy sometimes. Yes, she gives a little bit chaotic, but she gives committed, she gives dedicated, she gives deeply invested in the things that she cares about, the things that she decides to turn her attention to. So she's already not her mom, so she doesn't have to worry about it. And what I will say is, while the mom pissed me off, I do appreciate them showing that relationship in the way they did, similar to how I appreciated them showing the backstory to Angie's family last season, so we can see exactly where her confidence was cultivated from. There's so much specificity put into the show, and I'm so grateful again that it is on screen. All right, y'all, those are my thoughts for episode 2. I cannot wait to see yours. I'm jumping down in the comment section right now to check it out. If you want to check out any of my written reviews for this season. You can check them out on ericavane.com. If you haven't already, turn on your bell notification for all Harlem videos. I do have a Harlem playlist, so you know the moment that a Harlem video is added to the channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, which you should be, you made it always to the end of this video, you hit that like button because you liked it, and you subscribe because you like it here. And I'm gonna see you in the next one.